big tails, guys. These animals have to be big and stocky. Indian mugger crocodile, same thing, big, solid build on them. Have to be quite large because they bring down large food items. Your Australian crocodile does get quite large, but they get very, very long. These animals have been recorded over the 5 and 6 metre mark, right? Who wants to have a guess at this guy? How big do you reckon he is? No? Cat got your tongue or something? 4 metres? Yeah, someone said 4, spot on the dot. He's about 3.8 and he's probably grown a little bit more. So if you look at him, guys, 3.8, 4 metres, he's quite a decent sized animal today if you're just having a look at him. The guy next door is roughly the same size. The next one up is a little bit bigger. The biggest one we have here today is Zach. Has everyone seen Zach in the far pen up there? Big fella, yeah? 4.7 metres he is. He's the biggest one in this zoo. All right, that's a big crocodile to be playing with. Now, unfortunately, guys, a lot of the big crocodiles that are found in Australia are shot. Right? It's illegal to shoot crocodiles, but people will do it. All right. Now, in the Philippines, there was a crocodile caught probably about 3 months ago, over 6 metres, still alive. Okay, so that's the biggest one they've actually caught, 6.4. Very, very big. Okay, so very, very impressive. We'll see if we can introduce you to Gummy today. Before we do that, though, we'll get him to come up here just a little bit. And just notice, guys, as he moves around, this water is probably only about just over my knees. It's not very deep, very, very steep angle on the pond, and he's not really making any ripples at all. So they really are a very good hunter, an ambush predator. So I'll see if we can introduce you to Gummy today.
Well, feather still there?
Behind the tree.
Alrighty. You all ready? Yeah. Get your cameras ready? Alright, let's see what Gummy can do today. Hey, come on.
Oh my god. Are you crazy?
There you go. So that's Gummy today, guys. 3.8, nearly 4 metres. Not a bad size animal if you want to be playing with it out in the wild. Okay? Now basically, guys, you'll notice today, you think, oh yeah, he came out pretty good. Believe it or not, my opinion, that's pretty lazy. He can do a whole lot better than that. But unfortunately, today is working against him. Who thinks it's a nice day to be out? It's lovely and cool, isn't it? It's not hot, it's not humid, the sun's not out. You can do some fantastic things on a day like today. Fortunately for our friend Gummy here today, it's terrible weather, right? He has not gotten any heat through the day. There's been no sun. Basically, he's running very, very low batteries, okay? Reptiles, guys, they heat up from the environment, okay? They don't get a big bowl of cereal in the morning, keeps them going. Basically, he's had no sun, so he's kind of, just woke him up at 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, so he's running pretty slow. Nonetheless, guys, you give him a good opportunity, and he will definitely take that. If you get too close, you move around too much, guys, he's going to take that opportunity and definitely give it a go. All right, so there you go. So he's a very impressive animal. Is anyone kind of wondering about his jaws? Does anyone know what's up with his jaws? Why are they crooked? You tell me. Right. Basically, guys, this guy's jaw is crooked because his egg got too hot. All right. Now, when you're incubating all reptile eggs, okay, if you incubate them too high, you'll kill them. Too low, you will kill them. If you get the temperatures just right, you'll have very, very successful. Unfortunately, the temperature was just too high when he was getting incubated, and therefore he has a major bone deformity, and that is in his jaw. It can happen in the spine, the tail, shoulders, and so forth, okay? So it's not some big gruesome fight he's been in. If it was a fight, he'd most likely have a broken jaw, all right? It wouldn't look like that, but he's basically come straight out of the egg with a crossed over jaw like the animal you see today. Okay, so that is why he has that crossed over jaw. Now what we're going to try and do, while he's up here, guys, have a quick look at him. We're going to try and get him back in the water. And by doing that, you'll notice today as we walk around, we'll tap the pond. We might splash the water, but very goodly, guys, we have something that we can just throw into the water. This is pretty much a lure, a piece of cow hide, or can be pig hide, just for the scent, guys. We throw this into the water and it sends vibrations through. him being a territorial animal, has to check this out. Okay, this is his territory. It's kind of like if you go into a dog's yard. They have to check it out. Feel the splash, feel the vibrations. Also the scent helps out as well. And obviously they're going to go in. Alright, lovely smelling piece of item. Basically today guys, what these animals work off is vibrations primarily. Okay? Obviously crocodiles have got pretty good eyesight, fantastic sense of smell, and of course they can hear quite well. But at the end of the day, they do rely heavily upon the vibrations. Okay, so you'll see us tap the pond, you'll see us walk up and back, the animal will watch us. Obviously he can see us quite well guys, but when he's underneath the water, he can't see as well. That's why we'll walk down here, have a bit of a tap, he'll come straight over. Okay, so he's working off dermal sensors which align his entire body, picking those vibrations up, and he'll swim directly in front of me and pick my position up. Okay, he will line himself up and get ready again. This isn't just because he does shows, this is actually what a wild crocodile looks like. When a crocodile is hunting guys, looks exactly like that. He will sit, watch and wait for 100% guarantee. Opportunistic feeders guys are ambush predators, so basically to make it nice and easy for you, if we were a big mob of kangaroos, I know kangaroos aren't very smart, but if we were a big mob of kangaroos, we come wandering down to the bank's edge, we get to about here, he bursts out of the water, tries to grab one of us, all those kangaroos have seen that failed attempt on trying to get them, so there's no way that they're going to go back down and drink. So he wants 100% guarantee that he can get food and he's not going to scare everything away. Half the time in the wild, you standing here is pretty good for a crocodile. You standing up around here, walking up and down the bank's edge, that's fantastic for a crocodile, guys. You washing your hands like this, that's awesome. Right? It's too easy for him, okay? Basically, guys, what you're going to find, the only reason we can do this in captivity is because of the pond design. Okay, it's shallow water and it's a steep bank. Right? It limits him to what he can actually do. Right? But in the wild, you could be standing back here, and a crocodile can actually put their jaws where I'm standing. They can push up past their back legs, okay, with the right depth of water and a gentle increase. Right, so very, very impressive out in the wild. Here at the zoo, we slow them down pretty much, guys, just because you can't have people getting attacked every day, and obviously this isn't my first show. Okay, so there you go. It makes it a little bit easier for you to understand. Right, so what he wants today is something to break the surface of the water or a very large vibration next to the water. Okay, so he goes, right, hey, I've got you today. Now I'm not going to jump in the water, so is there any volunteers that want to give it a go today? You do? I'm serious, if you do, like, we'll get some gnarly photos, but that'll be the last photo. You make sure you smile, your teeth open. No? It would be cool, you know, but at the end of the day, they'll remember you just for a silly person, really. Alright guys, all we have to do, we're not even going to touch the water today. We're just going to stomp on the bank's edge. This should be enough to make him go, you beaut, I do have you today, Phil. Come on. Come on. Over here, man. Right up. Have the food, brother. There we go. Once he grabs his food, guys, chucks it around in his mouth, positions it, breaks any bones he has to, and swallows it down in one night in his package. Okay? Now, has anyone ever heard of the death roll before? Who wants to see it happen? Not going to happen. Basically, guys, it is pretty cool. You would have seen on documentaries, they do it up at Hartley's. If you ever want to go and see a death roll, guys, head up to Hartley's. They're a cool show up there. But basically, guys, the death roll is a very bad name. Okay, a lot of people think the death roll actually kills people. It doesn't. Okay, what this animal would do today, if he actually grabbed hold of me, he'll grab hold of me, pull me straight back in the water, sit on the bottom. Okay, that will be the most exciting bit. All right. He's not going to grab hold of me, thrash me around, try and rip me up and eat me on the spot. Basically, guys, he's going to use his 350 kilos, sit on the bottom, wait for me to drown. All right, that's how they work. Works with all animals. The death roll is basically designed for, if I was a bull, he grabbed a hold of me, I was sitting at the bank's edge, he needs to basically get me off my feet, because a bull's a very, very powerful animal. He rolls, pulls me off my feet, pulls me into the water. Big piece of food item, like my arm or my torso, guys, can't swallow it down whole. He death rolls, pulls it off, therefore he can swallow it down. The crocodile's jaws do not pivot, they do not chew. The teeth are designed for gripping onto the food, are basically not for realistically cutting. That's where the rolling comes into it. Okay, so there you go. One lucky last thing. Has anyone ever heard that crocodiles are fast on land? They can chase a human being down. Yeah? Have heard it? Fair enough. Has anyone ever actually been chased by a crocodile? No? Good stuff. Keep it that way. Basically, guys, a lot of myths about crocodiles being fast, in my opinion, are rubbish. Okay? Chuck them out the window. Alright? Look at this animal. 300 kilos of crocodilian. How fast do you think he can actually run up on land? Do you reckon he could maybe catch me today? On the best day of his life, maybe? No? I think absolute rubbish, guys. You think about it. 4 short, stumpy legs, big belly, a head that weighs probably nearly 15 kilos, like putting a teenager in your head and throwing it around. What you're going to find, guys, the fastest you'll find him moving is maybe about 10 kilometres an hour on land. And that's only for about 8 to 9 metres. So he runs from that side of the wall, this side of the wall, and goes splat in exhaustion just like that. Okay? They're too heavy, they can't run fast on land, guys. They can lunge and spin quickly over a long period, have no chance of getting a human being. Okay? If you've ever heard running a zigzag or a circle to confuse the animal, don't do it. Alright? You run in a circle, you trip over the same crocodile, you run in a zigzag, you look silly, and the person that runs in a straight line straight past you is making more ground. Alright? So common sense. Apex predator, you don't have to be smart, you just have to use common sense when dealing with an apex predator. Okay, there you go. We're going to leave him alone today. He's done a fantastic job. Being so cold, guys, this is a fantastic effort for him. You probably don't realise it, but this is really good for this animal today. What we're going to quickly do now is head over to the freshwater crocodiles on the far side of the park, just over there. Head over there, guys. We'll jump in there, give them a bit of food, and we'll finish up with an alligator that you can give a pat. So I'll meet you over there in a couple of minutes.